Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex and welcome to another edition of What's in My Bag. Just kidding. I've never done anything like this before. Okay, so I am very, very excited to be recording this video for you. As you can see, I am not in my studio back home. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, you know that I have spent the last week in Paris, France. And as I've been wandering the streets, exploring with my boyfriend, eating amazing food, and yes, getting some work done, I've been reading your messages, thank you. And the number one question I get all the time is, Alex, you travel so much. How the heck do you run your business from the road? So I thought that this would be kind of a cool opportunity for me to show you what's in my bag, the items, the tools, and the gadgets that help me stay productive and focused on the road. Now, of course, as a writer, I'm very, very lucky in the sense that I don't need a ton of stuff, but there are a few things I will never leave home without. Now, before I dive in, if you are a freelance writer or if you're looking to scale your business with crazy good copy, be sure to hit subscribe below because there will be plenty more copywriting tutorials coming your way very, very soon. Now, all right, let's dive in to my bag. First things first, and I know this is an obvious one, my laptop. I have the 13-inch MacBook Pro. Honestly, I'm sorry guys, apologize in advance. This video is heavily geared towards Mac users. I just find it super lightweight, easy to travel with, and a lot of the apps that I use regularly, which I'll reveal a little bit later in this video, have both the desktop and mobile version, so you really can't leave home without your Mac. And of course, my trusty iPhone, like I said, plenty of the apps that I use both on my mobile phone and my desktop, so I'll be sharing what those are in just a hot second. But first things first, I wanna show you a few of the little items, you could say, that I have in my bag. So, screen cleaning wipes. I don't know about you, but I am freaking OCD when it comes to having clean screens. And if I'm writing outside at a cafe or if I'm on a train and there's lots of reflection going on, I need to have a clean screen so that I can actually focus and see what's going on. You can buy boxes of these anywhere. I think I got these ones at Costco, but really wherever you can find them, Amazon.com, just search screen wipes. These are great for glasses and they're safe to use on all your devices. I literally have at any given time handfuls of these in my bag. All right, next thing is, of course, not to make this a beauty tutorial, but writers gotta sleep. And when you're traveling a lot on airplanes, trains, what have you, you need an eye mask. So if I'm not staring at my computer screen, I like to actually relax. So pick up an eye mask. This one's just a really simple, beautiful silk one. Highly recommend you have that in your bag at any given time. All right, next thing, and these literally are lifesavers. My noise canceling headphones from Bose. They Bluetooth to both my laptop and my phone at the same time. I make sure they're fully charged up before I get on a flight. These things are like heaven on your ears. Can you even hear me still? I can't. And it's talking to me now, so I'm being interrupted by Siri or whomever is the voice behind these. But honestly, guys, I put these on and I write like mad, especially if I'm trapped on an airplane. Productivity tip. Something about being stuck on an airplane with that low vibrational energy, and then you put the Bose headphones on. These are incredible. And with that being said, I will share my secret playlist link in the description below. I love to listen to classical piano while I write. It's lyric free, it's super calming, relaxing without putting you to sleep. Although if you need to sleep, go ahead. If you want that playlist, just click below. It's not mine, I don't know. Maybe it's even Spotify's, but it's incredible, so I will link to that. Another thing that I absolutely love, a product by Mac, is the travel adapter kit for your devices. So it comes with an adapter for every country you would ever need to go to. And essentially, you know that little doohickey thingamajig that just slides out of your charger? You just slide that right on, and now you have a adapter for your MacBook charger. You can also slide that off and put it on your phone charger as well. So absolute lifesaver. I only have my Europe one with me, but it comes with ones for, you know, all the other places that you'll want to go. Okay, next thing before I get into some of my favorite apps is obviously notebook and pen. You know, sometimes you don't want to pull out your laptop, you have an idea. Just a really slim, I love Moleskine. This isn't a Moleskine, but I like it because it's lightweight and it's paperback and it can kind of bend and go whatever in my bag. I just write down all the genius ideas that I have right in here. Favorite pen, I never leave home without this. So notebook and pen for sure. And I think that's all of my little gadgets. As you can see, I don't travel with a lot, guys. I mean, truly the most important thing obviously is your devices, and guard those with your life. But because, and I've said this before, being a writer is the absolute best business in the world because you need nothing more than a laptop. But here are some apps that I use religiously. So the first is Google Drive. I have it on my iPhone, I have it on my MacBook. It makes sharing, writing, collaborating, and editing your work so easy. You can edit it offline as well if you have the browser extension that allows you to edit and sync offline. I highly recommend that. How many times has this happened to you? You get on an airplane and you think you're gonna get all this work done, and then they say, sorry, the Wi-Fi is broken, and you're like, no, that was my good writing time. If you have that browser extension, I believe it's in Chrome, that's what I use, you can actually edit and sync your Google Docs offline. So as long as they're loaded up on your computer while you have Wi-Fi, then you should have no problem editing and accessing those documents. So the next app that I use is Dropbox. Again, I never use an app that I can't use on both my desktop and my mobile. Essentially, I use that for sharing images, files, anything that's outside of Google Drive. Super easy, quick to use. Everyone hopefully is already using Dropbox. The next is DocuSign. So again, it's not something that you need to use very often, but if you are onboarding a new client and you need to sign a contract, DocuSign is a really easy way to do that without having to worry about, you know, printing paper and signing and sending and all of that sort of stuff. So DocuSign, again, you can access it both on your mobile phone and your desktop. The next one I really love. It's called Genius Scan. And this app has saved me so many times for when you actually have a physical piece of paper that you need to sign and then digitize. So if you were to sign the piece of paper, you could then take a photo of the document, and Genius Scan crops and edits and whitewashes it so it truly looks like a scanned piece of paper. So very great to use when you're on the road and need to get a signed document to someone ASAP. Okay, so next up is Evernote. I absolutely love this app. It's not so much for writing the full pieces of copy that I create, but for taking notes on any given topic or idea. So if I've done some research and want to save those notes for later use, I will put them in the Evernote app, especially the one on my iPhone, because I can take it with me anywhere, and then it'll sync to my desktop app as well. Highly recommend Evernote. Okay, just a few more. The next is Wi-Fi Map. If you are out and about in any country, I think it's 60 countries that this app covers, it'll show you where all the nearest Wi-Fi hotspots are, whether it be cafes or hotels or public libraries where you can go and actually get work done. And last but not least, the two apps that I use consistently to communicate with my team are Asana and Skype. There are countless project management tools out there, so just find the one that works best for you and just make sure it has a mobile version. And same with Skype. I also use Slack sometimes, but Skype is really where my team lives most of the time, and that's how I communicate regularly. So guys, I really hope you found that helpful. I know it was different than my normal videos, but I would absolutely love to hear from you. What do you have in your bag, or what tools or gadgets or objects help you stay focused and productive while on the road? Comment below and let me know. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. I'll be back in the studio next week, but till then, make sure to watch my video on the 5 copywriting exercises that'll turn your copy from good to great. You can check that out right here. And be sure to subscribe. I'll be back next week. Till then, I'm Alex. Ciao for now. Okay, one more time. One more time.